Okay folks, I'm going to tell you a wee Irish shrimp style pattern, and this is a fly called the bodger. The bodger and orange shrimp. Now there's a series of these flies, and all it changes in the fly is really the back body. There's a different colour in each of the flies. So I'm just going to show you how to put the fly together. Now the hook in the vase is a size 10 partridge patriot double, and the thread is uni thread 80 in black. So I'm going to use to tie the fly. So I'm going to come in and get the thread started behind the eye of the hook, run on a few turns of thread and remove the waist tag. Now this is a series of the Irish shrimp patterns that actually doesn't have jungle cock in the pattern, so it's good fly for dull days, and it's good fish. It's done a dropping spate after the rivers but had a wee bit of water in it. Now I'm just going to tie in the oval silver tinsel underneath. Now I'm just putting the wee slacks and the flies together for a friend, and this is one of the ones that he wants. So I'm just going to run my thread down until I let the bobbin go and the thread's in line with the point of the hook. Now I'm just going to get the oval tinsel, and I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel to create my tag, and on the 5th turn bring it up and in between the 2 hooks. Come around with a turn to hold and a couple of turns to secure it in, and then we'll come in and trim away the excess. Now the tail, what I'm going to use, this is a golden pheasant breast feather dyed red. I've got the natural, use the natural red feather. This is just for an added bit of colour in the fly. Now he likes the tails long, so I'm using a larger feather here. So just going to come in, 1 turn to hold, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip, bring my thread turns back up over the tip and the hackle. Now keep a hold of the tip. You can come in, just remove it. Now I'm just going to bring my thread to the top of the hook. Just give me room to work. Then just stroke these fibres back. You're just looking 1 turn in front of the other. Now, once you start getting into the way of tying Irish shrimp patterns, they're handy enough tied. You just need to break them down into wee smaller sections. Just break them down, tail, middle section, front section. As long as you've got your proportions and your measurements right, you'll be grand. Now, just come around and catch in the hackle stem. Now I'm going to keep this in underneath. I'm going to run the thread up to the midway point, keeping the thread tight. I'm going to break away the stem. Just an old toothbrush here. I'm just going to brush out any of the fibres that I've caught while I was winding around the hackle. Then on the way back down, we'll catch in a length of our same oval silver tinsel that I used for the tag and small. I'm going to use this for the rib. Bring it in underneath and bring the thread down, tied up against the tail. Now the back body is a hot orange uni floss. That nice bright colour there. We'll take a length of this off. Offer it up to the hook. Room with the turn, just pulling it in the length. Then we'll just run this up, tying it in. So, just get a nice tight turn onto the tail at the back. And then you want your turns touching, not overlapping, touching. If you overlap them, it'll create bulk. The body on that stays smooth. Up to there, follow it around with your thread, 1 turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure that in. Come in, trim away the excess, then we can bring up our rib. You're looking 3 turns or so on the rear body of the oval silver, around with a turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure, back in with your scissors, trim away the excess. Now the mid haggle and the front haggle is just a bodger haggle. This is just a silver bodger cock cape that I have. Now, I'm just going to stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. Offer it up to the hook, one turn to hold, another turn to secure. Fold back your tip, a couple of turns back up over the tip and the haggle. Bring your thread back down into position. And come in and break away the tip. Just come in with my scissors. That'll help to force the fibres back on the stem. And then you're just looking one turn in front of the other. Now, turns of haggle, they're up to you. It's the way you like your flies to be dressed and have confidence in fishing the pattern. So it's plenty for me. I'm just going to come around with a thread turn. A couple of turns to catch this, and now what I want to do is just strip away the fibres, some of the fibres that's left on the stem. Just want to make the fly a wee bit more durable for him. So I'm going to keep that underneath. Run the thread up the second part of the body, break away the stem. On the way back down, I'm going to catch in another length of the oval silver tinsel underneath. Just take a turn to hold and another couple of turns to secure and bring the oval silver tinsel underneath. Now, anything that's going forward, you can come in and sweep it back at this stage. And just run your thread down, tight up against your mid haggle. Just a wee fibre there. Just bring it back round and couple of turns. Now, we're not looking too bad. Front body, black floss, just black uni floss. Feather there, one there. Just take a length of this off for the front body. Like I say, when I'm tying these, I just break them up into wee sections, just to get your proportions right. Oh, it's our floss tied in. And we'll run our thread up there, and then we'll come round with our black floss. Nice tight turn onto the mid haggle. Then one turn touching the other, touching turns of the floss up the body to there. Fly it across with your thread, one turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure. Come in, remove the excess floss. Then we'll bring up our rib, same as the rear body. 3 turns of the oval silver tinsel, nice and tight. Want the fly to stay together. Follow it around with your thread, one turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure. Come in, trim away the excess. Then we'll get another one of our bodger haggles. Stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. I'll offer this up, one turn to hold, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip, bring the thread back up over the tip and the haggle. Come in, locate the tip, you can break it away. Come in with your scissors again. Just run them up the stem, that'll help them to sit back, and then you can force the rest of them back with your fingers. And like I said at the start, the rear body is the only thing that changes in this flying colour. So you can have it in yellow or golden, olive or yellow at the rear. Red. There's a red bodger one as well. It's just the only thing that changes in the pattern is the rear body colour. Now, just going to come around with my thread, catch that in. A couple of tight turns now, I just want to see. Yeah, it's stem thin enough, so I'm just going to take away some of the fibres to reduce the bulk. I want to fold it back, bring my thread to the eye, and just bring my thread back up over the stem of the haggle. Now, keeping the thread tight, you can break away the stem. Now, if you want, you can put jungle cock on the fly, but basically that's the pattern. It doesn't require jungle cock, but I'm going to put jungle cock on. So just going to get 2 eyes here. Doesn't need it. you don't have jungle cock, don't be rushing out to buy it. You need to take a mortgage out to buy a jungle cock yet these days with the price of it. So that's the 2 eggs there. I'm just going to come in, and I know the birds all need to be fed, but at the same time, like, some of the prices are scary. So we've got the jungle cock here in our hand. Just going to offer it up to the hook. Just going to hold it on the sides. Just going to take a couple of loose turns just to hold it in position. And I want to check to see. I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to come in and hold the eyes themselves. Take a couple of thread turns back down towards the eye of the hook. I'm going to fold back the stems and then just build my head up. The thread turns up from the front up over the stems of the jungle cock. Okay. Keeping your thread tight, you should be able to break these away. If you can break them away, it'll give you a better cut. Still keeping your thread tight. Just come in with your whip finishing tool and throw in a whip finish. Bring the thread tight, come in with your scissors, trim away the thread. First coat, as always, on my salmon flies, on the head, in particular, super glue, just on the head. You don't want this gear going anywhere else, just ruin the fly. Now, good flies to have on the top dropper, and if I was tanning for the top dropper, I'd be tanning on a size 12 or a 14. But like I say, this isn't for me, this is for someone else. So there you go, guys. Now, I'll wait until the varnish hardens up, and then I'll put on a couple of, the super glue. Then I'll put on a couple of coats of varnish just to stop that moisture bloom in the head. Plus I'll give the head a wee bit more shinier. So there you go, guys. Tie a few of those up. Good flies to have in your box. And thanks for watching the video.